The purpose behind knowledge is what we can act upon. And that's exactly what Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu used to say, Al-ilm at-taqwa. Knowledge is taqwa. Taqwa is something that is usually apparent, or it has clear manifestations. It reflects on our actions, on our attitudes. The point Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu was making here is that real knowledge, al-ilm al-nafi', beneficial knowledge, is that which reflects on who you are. That's why learning, according to the early scholars of Islam, is not storing information as the majority of the students of knowledge do today. Because knowledge, without being digested, without being processed and personalized, could bring about a negative effect. And that's the secret behind the companions learning 5 verses at each time, learning the knowledge in therein and acting on that knowledge, and then after they have completed this, they move on to another 5 verses. That's the way they used to study Islam, and that's why they learned, and that's why they excelled. So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu was pointing to this fact, that real knowledge is what reflects on your actions. And this is why in the field of education today, they say learning is being. Learning is being. That means if the knowledge that you learn, or the knowledge you acquire, if you don't process it, if you don't break it down and personalize it, and it becomes part of who you are, if it doesn't mix with your blood and your flesh, you haven't learned anything. You've just stored information. You're just like any other book on the shelf, or any computer that stores so many books and data. But that's not what knowledge is all about. Knowledge is about acting. And that's the definition that the scholars give to al-huda. Al-huda wa din al-haq. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He sent His Prophet ﷺ with al-huda and din al-haq. Huda, the guidance, the scholars say that's beneficial knowledge that has the potential to change your behavior, to change who you are, to change your ways in acting. Wa din al-haq is the actual acting on knowledge. So if you learn something and ultimately you don't act upon it, it doesn't change you, it doesn't make you a different person in a sense, then in brief you've wasted your time, because you will be questioned about that time, and you will be questioned about that knowledge. What did you do with it? That's why the Prophet ﷺ used to seek refuge in Allah every day. Every morning he would say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa'. Oh Allah, I seek your protection and I seek refuge in you from knowledge that is not beneficial. That means knowledge that will not reflect on me, knowledge that will not make me better.